Yeah, it was just an amazing weekend. Right off the truck, our Home Depot car had a lot of speed, and Jason and all the boys did a really good job at the test on trying to learn things, not getting off track of what we knew worked for us, and able to but still try things and not forget about it. And we were able to have speed, put the thing on the pole. Yesterday was a big moment, and then leading a lot of laps and coming down there in those late race restarts. Mark was getting better. Every restart he was getting a little bit better, and he got me the last one. I was like, oh man, I said I'm giving one away here, and I thought about taking the outside, and I was like, it's worked. The bottom's worked every restart before that, and when he got in front of me, I was trying to get right to him, and made a couple mistakes, and he was driving away a little bit, and then he made a mistake off of 3, and I was able to have a big run coming to him there, and went into 1. And tried to outbreak him, and he's protecting bottom. I was trying to, stick my nose in there, and we got really close. And like I said, I'm not even sure if we touched each other or not, but I know I got him arrow loose at least, and able to slide up underneath him and clear him by the time he came off the 1. So making sure I cleared him was a very important, moment. You start side drafting down those straightaways, and the 14 car is going to be there ready to pounce before we even knew it. So, to clear him, get through 2, and get a little distance on him was very important. And then from there, you're just waiting on that white flag and hoping that thing comes out before the next caution comes out. And, it's just a surreal feeling to, get Jason his first Sprint Cup win. Anytime you can get someone their first win is a remarkable feeling. And to be honest with you, it kind of feels like my first win too here. So this is just it's a surreal moment. It's awesome for Home Depot and Dollar General and Rick and all those guys up there to get them a win. After they stuck with me for so long, it's pretty surreal right now.
Jason Ratcliff, some interesting calls there down the stretch.
Yes.
For your driver. This also, just so you know, too, the 20 car now joins the other cars in victory lane this year for Joe Gibbs Racing. So congratulations on that, your first win. Talk about those last decisions.
We were saving the best Gibbs car for last, so we wanted to give those guys a head start. Great teammates. Obviously, we a quick story. As Joey mentioned, our car's been quick all week, but in the final practice, we were pretty good. We made a long run. I felt pretty good about it. I thought the speed was good, but the 18 car was a little bit quicker. And I said, we got 1 more hour of practice. We're going to put their setup in this thing and see how good it is. So we put their setup in it, and Joey was really happy with it. Felt like it was something we could work with. So we worked off that for today, and it paid off with us. So I think our teammates, obviously, and great cars. I mean, the guys at the shop have been building great cars. This was a new car, a new generation car for us at Joe Gibbs Racing, and it dominated. Sit on the pole, win the race, lead the most laps. That's a big deal. So to get my first win at Pocono is obviously a great experience, and to get it with Joey is a lot of fun. But back to the race. We've been here for, a month? And I think I'm just going to move up here with this kind of success. But obviously a great weekend for us. We lost track position there. Some guys were pitting off sequence, and we lost track position. It was really tough to make that up. So we knew coming down to the end there we were going to have to be creative. And thankfully the first pit box paid off for us to get on pit road. A lot of guys took right side tires at that point. We were able to come off pit road in the lead, but we were about 6 laps short on fuel at that point. And just praise the Lord, we got the caution laps we needed. We got to I think 1 short, and we ran a couple laps, and the caution came out again. So I'm sure we didn't have much fuel left there. I was concerned about fuel, and then for this guy to go down into turn 1 and have an incredible move like that, it just shows how talented he is, and it shows how motivated he is to be one of the top drivers in this sport.
If you have questions for Joey or Jason, please let us know. We'll bring you the wireless microphone, and if you give us your name and affiliation before you ask, please, and we'll start off with Lee.
Lee Spencer, Fox Sports. Congratulations. How much did the tire test help you, to have that information in your back pocket, so to speak, and then come back and just be incredibly fast, all 3 days before getting the pole?
It was definitely very important to do that tire test, and as much as they changed it by repaving it, it's still good old Pocono, and it's really tough to get around this joint. And I'm able to use a lot of the things that I used before on the old track to make our race cars go fast. So it still takes the same things, but it's different. And it was definitely a big deal for our whole Joe Gibbs Racing team, I think, to come out here and do that tire test, in which obviously, tire tests are we only run a couple of them a year, and everyone really runs a couple of them a year. So we were able to take advantage of that and learn a lot from that. Come back here with knowing what I got to do as a driver. Jason knowing what what he wants to work on and what we thought we need to get better at the end of the test, and helping out our teammates as much as we can to make our whole Joe Gibbs Racing team strong. And obviously we helped them before they got here, and the 18 car helped us. So that back and forth motion within a team is very important to have.
Hi, Kayla from the morning call. For both of you guys, Jason and Joey, how did you guys feel when you crossed the finish line and then when he crossed the finish line? What were your thoughts?
I was pretty excited, to be honest. It came, once Joey, as I mentioned before, made a spectacular move in one, then I was just like, man, don't let this thing run out of gas. So I was looking down the front stretch there when I saw that orange car come off of turn 3. It was pretty exciting. I knew from that point he could coast across the line, so it's a big deal.
Yeah, the moment is pretty surreal. Not just crossing the line. Obviously, that's an amazing moment, and I didn't stop screaming until I got to about, victory lane, I guess. And it's just, you work so hard to do this, and them teaming up with Jason has been an awesome experience, and we've been growing together a lot lately, and able to make our cars better. So to get a victory, it meant so much. And pulling a Home Depot car into victory lane at a Sprint Cup race and winning it the right way, it just was an amazing feeling that you can't replicate and you can't explain what it means.
Go ahead, David.
David Caravello, NASCAR.com. Joey, we all know your history with Mark and how he's been, how he's talking you up at 8 years old or whatever it was. And, when you're racing him for the win, is that something you'd ever thought you'd have a chance to do given the disparity in your ages? And do you ever think about, the connection you two have when you're trying to beat him out there?
We've been racing against each other here for the last, 3 or 4 years now. And, I thought it was pretty amazing just to line up next to him if we were running 15th, So, he's a great racer. And, he makes very minimal mistakes out there. He's really good. And every restart, he was getting better and better. And I was like, oh, man, this is getting tight. And I couldn't have picked someone cooler to line up against on a late restart like that to try to win a race against him. And having Tony right behind me, an awesome race car driver that's helped me out a lot in my career too. Having those guys around you, your teammates being in the top 5 too, with Denny out there. And, it's a pretty cool lineup, and you think about the guys you're racing against there at the end. And I was telling myself on their caution, and, we were pretty quiet, and, at least I wasn't saying anything. And I just kept telling myself, I can do this. So, and I knew I can. You got to have that confidence in there that you can do it. And, was focused in and made sure I did all the right things.
Scott Walsh from the Scranton Times. Joey, after you made the pass of Mark, knowing how maybe close you guys were on, even with the caution, did it pick up at all at any point? Was there any maybe scary little moment where you thought, oh shoot, this is running out of fuel?
No, I didn't even think about it. That was the last thing on my mind, so it was Jason's job to remind me about it. But once I passed him, it was wide open to the end. I was driving in there hard and just trying to make as much speed as I can without making a mistake. So he added up the numbers and calculated it right for us and saved enough on their cautions. And, Toyota's get some good mileage right now. So, our engine tuners have tuned in a good, track map for us to, make sure we get good fuel mileage, the most horsepower we can, and it's paying off.
Stay downstairs for one with Nate, and then we'll go upstairs.
Nate Ryan, USA Today. Joe, you've been pretty open about the fact that the heat's on you a little bit more this year. It's a contract year for you. What does this win do for you in terms of making you maybe feel like you're shoring up your future a little bit? And have you been told anything further from Joe or JD about what's up?
No, I haven't been informed on where I stand for next year yet, so it's all up in the air. Obviously, winning a race means a lot, and it helps that out a ton. But for sure, right now, my future's not set with anybody. So, you need to go out there and win races, not like we always do. But to get this win, it means a lot. It's at a perfect time, And I think us teaming up with Jason this year has been a really big help for me, and able to make our whole team really work together really well, and it's paying off. So my hope is to obviously stay with what I got, and keep working with Jason. But you never know. Those things go back and forth and switch around a lot, and all I can do is stay focused on my job, and that's driving the race car. So whatever happens from there happens. So I did my job today with winning the race, and with my team did a great job too. And all that stuff will fall in. The puzzle pieces will fall together eventually.